Okay, so in a couple of weeks I'll be visiting Romania, and before that I wanted to make this video to show you what I'll be carrying with me as a content creator. Also, thanks DJI and ESR for sponsoring this video. More about them later. The Orbitkey tech pouch has become my go-to carry over the past 6 months. It's one of those things I genuinely can't live without now. It's been perfect to keep all my essentials in one place when I go out, and it's definitely coming with me on this trip. The exterior is made of water-resistant fabric, and it also has water-resistant zips, which makes it a great option to protect your tech while traveling. It also comes with a smaller pouch inside, which you can use to organize smaller items. For daily use, I don't really use it, but for travel, I'm definitely bringing it just to keep all my smaller tech accessories together. I like this so much that I ended up getting another one for my girlfriend. So now we match. By far, the most exciting thing I'll be carrying with me is the Fujifilm X100VI. I bought it for my birthday in November of last year, and this camera really made me fall in love with photography again after a long time. The whole point of owning this was to start documenting my private life. I could have just used my iPhone 17, but the pictures look too digital and processed for me, and they kinda feel soulless. I also didn't want to use my professional cameras because they're too bulky to carry around, and then I have to post-process everything just to get the look I want, which just takes too much time. So the Fujifilm felt like the perfect balance between the two worlds. It's compact, lightweight, and easy to bring everywhere. The timeless design is also something I really appreciate. The menu, on the other hand, is a bit messy, but once you find a good recipe, it's basically just aim and shoot. So you get consistent results without needing to edit anything. I'd say the thing that really sets this camera apart is the feeling you get when you start shooting with it. It's something I've been looking for a long time, and now every time we do something special, I actually look forward to bringing it with me, like this upcoming trip. As for the add-ons, I'm using this small rigged leather handle, which makes carrying around the camera really comfortable, this hot shoe thumb grip that improves the overall handling, and this soft release button, which makes it easier and more satisfying to shoot. Talking about tech, the DJI Mic 3 is definitely a must-have for every creator. Even if this section is sponsored by DJI, I actually bought the Mic 2 in the past, and it was already incredibly good. So I was really curious to try this new version. It comes inside this small carrying pouch and a super compact case, where you've got 2 transmitters, the receiver, and all the accessories ready to go. The case itself has been improved a lot. You can now store the mics with the windshield attached, which makes it way more practical. There's also a dedicated slot for the magnets and even space for the jack cable under the lid. A fully charged case gives you up to 28 hours of total use, and with just 5 minutes of charging, you get around 2 hours of recordings. As for the transmitters, they're now smaller and lighter, and the clip on the back is magnetically attached, so you can rotate the mic and adjust the angle depending on where your voice is coming from. The receiver also comes with a lot of new features. One of the most noticeable ones is adaptive gain control, which automatically adjusts your levels so your audio doesn't peak. Noise cancelling has also been improved. You now have 2 levels, basic and strong, depending on your environment. Okay, so the noise cancelling is turned off right now, and I have my 3D printer and my air purifier turned on. Let's switch to the basic noise cancelling. Okay, so now the noise cancelling is set to basic. Let's switch to strong to see how well it handles it. This is with the noise cancelling set to strong. I'm quite close to the 3D printer and the air purifier right now, so let me know what you think. You also get different voice presets, normal for everyday use, rich for higher pitch voice with fuller lows, and bright for lower pitch voices, to make them sound clearer. Okay, so this is a test using the normal mode without presets. This is how it sounds using the rich preset, and this is how it sounds using the bright preset. Let me know if you can tell the difference. Another huge feature is 32-bit float internal recording, which basically gives you a lot more flexibility in post, so if your audio clips or is too quiet, you can recover it without losing quality. And if you're working with multiple cameras, you can now connect up to 4 transmitters to one receiver and use timecode to sync everything automatically in your editor, which makes the whole workflow way faster, especially for more complex setups. Overall, this is one of those tools that just makes your life easier as a creator, especially when you're traveling and you want something reliable, compact and quick to set up. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description. Talking about DJI products, last week I picked up the Osmo Mobile 8. The reason why I got this is because I'm starting to record more and more content with my iPhone. The latest iPhone Pros with log profiles have completely changed the game for content creation, and even if they can't fully compete with professional cameras in terms of quality, they've become so good that most people can't really tell the difference. So for me, it just makes sense to add this to my setup because it makes it really easy to quickly set up a shoot outside and just start filming on the go without overcomplicating things, especially when I don't feel like bringing my full camera setup. So this is definitely coming with me on this trip. Oh, and if you're interested in the LUTs I used to color grade Apple log from this to this, you can grab my cinematic LUTs pack in the description. Something else I'm really excited to bring with me in my upcoming trip is this foldable 3-in-1 wireless charger from ESR, which is also sponsoring this section of the video. It charges my iPhone, Apple Watch and AirPods all at the same time, and the best part is I only need one cable and one adapter, which means that I don't have to bring 3 different chargers anymore. It also supports Qi2 with up to 25 watts, which basically means faster and more efficient wireless charging. And it has this built-in cooling system with a small fan, so your phone doesn't overheat while it's in use. You can also adjust the angle, which is great if you want to keep using your phone at the same time. And when you're done, it just folds down into a really compact form, so it fits perfectly inside a pouch and keeps everything super minimal when you travel. On the other hand, for a more permanent setup, I switched to the 3-in-1 charging station with Cryo Boost. Same idea, but in a more stable form factor for your desk or bedside. It supports Qi2.2 with up to 25 watts, which is closer to wired speed, so you still get fast and efficient charging. And it uses the same cooling system, so everything stays cool even during longer sessions. So for me, this is more of a stay-home setup, while the foldable one is what I carry with me. If you want to check them out, I'll leave the link in the description. Since the release of the iPhone 17, I've got quite a few new cases, but by far the one I've been using the most is the Taurus Ostand Q3 Air due to the integrated magnetic rotatable stand. This for me is such a game changer in terms of functionality. However, from time to time, in order to switch looks, I like to use the Rhino Shield black case, which looks really minimal and feels solid. On the other hand, one I've been trying out recently is the Telesin Master Grip case. I got this as part of a photography kit and it's not sold separately, unfortunately. The idea is to turn your iPhone into a camera with a grip that connects via Bluetooth and lets you control the camera settings. I really like the idea behind it, but after trying it, there are quite a few things I don't like. The buttons get pressed accidentally and it ends up being a bit frustrating to use. So overall, it's a good idea, but not the best execution. The case itself, though, is actually the part I like the most. The design is really clean and the filter system is super convenient. It makes switching filters really easy, but there are also some downsides. It looks like it's made of aluminum, but it's actually plastic. Only the camera frame is aluminum, which was a bit disappointing. And in terms of protection, it's probably the weakest out of all of them. The iPhone feels quite exposed, so I don't really see myself using it daily, more just for specific shots or aesthetics. Satechi has been releasing quite a few travel everyday carry accessories lately with built-in FindMy compatibility. I've been personally using their passport cover, glasses case, and the card tracker, and they've all been extremely useful. There have been multiple times where I thought I lost my pouch or something important inside my bag, and then I remember I had the card tracker in there, so I just open the FindMy app and instantly see where everything is. Whether it's in the car, at the gym, or somewhere inside my bag, these are definitely coming with me on this trip. Especially for the GPS tracking, it just adds that extra layer of security and peace of mind when traveling. Since I'll be recording a lot with my iPhone during this trip, I'm gonna need extra storage just to offload files and keep my iPhone free. A great companion for that is the Sharge Disk Pro SSD. I've been using this a lot lately, and what I like the most is how easy it is to use. You just attach it to the back of your iPhone with MagSafe and you instantly expand your storage. But it's not just about storage, it also expands the connectivity of your iPhone. You get HDMI 2.1, 2 USB ports, and a USB-C port with up to 10 gigabits transfer speeds. It even has a built-in cooling fan, which is actually really useful when recording for longer periods. So it's a pretty unique product because it improves both storage and connectivity at the same time. And it also allows me to record 4K 120 FPS in Apple Log directly to the SSD, which is perfect for this kind of travel setup. The only downside is that if I want to use it with the Osmo Mobile 8, I need to mount the clamp on the front of the phone, which is not the cleanest setup, but it still works. As for my backpack, this time I decided to go with the Maverick & Co Maximus. It's really lightweight but still has a lot of space inside, which is perfect for carrying extra clothes or anything I might need during the trip. I also really like the overall design with the clean and vintage look, and the color just fits perfectly with everything else I'm bringing. And finally, some honorable mentions that I'll also be bringing with me on this trip. My iPad Pro 13-inch M4, great for watching series and play Clash of Clans. My AirPods Pro 3rd Gen that I never leave the house without, my Apple Watch Ultra that also never leave my wrist even when I'm sleeping, my MacBook Air 13-inch M3 mainly because it's super light and still powerful enough to make quick edits on the go. And of course, a couple of power banks just for quick top-ups, especially during long hours on the plane. And yeah, these are my top creator picks that I'll be bringing with me in the next trip. I love the fact that everything is lightweight, but still offers a lot of different functionalities. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.